Together, growing in faith, changing communities. Today, ngiyafisa us to read the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, verses 25 to verse 32. I'd like us to go through the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, verses 25 to verse 32. Now, this is probably one of the most beautiful time transitions in this Gospel account. You remember that the father had welcomed the younger son. The younger son had come home not only to himself, but he has also come home back to his family. And when he came home to his family, and it was quite interesting, Father, I have sinned against you. Father, I acknowledge what I've done is not the best. And that was an acknowledgement that the younger son had made to himself and also to his own father. And interestingly enough, he goes home and the father meets him outside the house. And if you go to the reflections that I had done, he meets him outside the house. There are rituals that are done. There are certain rituals that are done outside the house that the father does to his son. The changing of clothes, the exchange of rings, also with shoes and the fattened calf. And he invites him, he brings him into the house when everything has already been set and there is a feast. And the last words that the father says about the son, this son of mine was dead, but now he's alive. He was lost, but now he's found. Those were the beautiful words of an older man receiving a younger child of his. Now let's jump into verse 25. In the meantime, the elder son was out in the field. Now this is quite interesting. The elder son was out in the field. He has always been working. He has never stopped working. And let's do a contrast. While the younger son was busy wasting things away. Now you are going to be dealing with an older or elder child syndrome versus a younger child syndrome. Inkosana nomagcina. And how do we juggle the two? Well, the opening words are quite interesting. In the meantime, the elder son was out in the field. He was working. The fattened calf that is being slaughtered, he has worked hard for it. And kunale resentment sometimes ebakhona kubantwana bethu. And kwesinye isikhathi we are a cause of it. Whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we are aware or not, but sometimes by our generosity, by our understanding, by umusa wethu, we create this clash. Hence, when I began this series, I said, kunzima ukuba umzali. God, I want to highlight ukuthi, in the meantime, the elder son was out in the field. He was working. When everything that was going on with the younger son, he had never stopped working. When everything that was going on with the younger son, nobabu wakhe, yena, he was outside there working himself out. Yabona, there are people ohlangana nabo empilweni abakutshela ukuthi mina ngaqala ukusebenza ngisayingane. There are people ohlangana nabo empilweni who make you realize ukuthi empilweni zabo right through their lives they've been working. And kunezinto ebelokhu bezenza ekuphileni kwabo konke. abanye babo baze babizwe ngama-deputy parents ngoba usizi lwala ekhaya bayalazi. Ukuxakeka kukama nokababa bayakwazi. Ama-financial burdens bayawazi. Ibona abasho kuqala ukuthi hayi kulungile thina sokwenza ukuthi, because baya-understand ukuthi awekho amandla okuba sibe naleya enye into. And so sometimes kuyisibusiso ukuba nengane, kodwa futhi sometimes ezinye zeyingane ziyakuthwala, ziyasindwa izinto esibhekana nazo thina njengabantu abadala. And so uthola ingane esifaneke ibe i-deputy parent, uthola ingane esekufaneke ngihlalise phansi ngichazele ukuthi mntanami kahle kahle izimo zimkanjena, ama-difficulties anjena, ama-challenges anjena, kodwa unfortunately you cannot but share nalengane. And kwesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi iyona ngane oze uthi yak-understanda, nine relationship enhle nayo. But the opening word for me, in the meantime, the elder son was out in the field. The second word for me, on his way back, when he came close to the house, he heard music and dancing. Kade yosebenza, mebuya engena endlini, engakafiki, is hearing music and people are dancing, people are excited, people are happy. And umbuzo wokuqala azibuza wona, kwenze njani emzini kababa? Are you celebrating without me? Are you having fun without me? Angike ngibuze thandwa zami umbuzo o simple. Kade uyosebenza, usebenza kanzima, uya provider for ifamily yakho. Kodwa uma sebedla abakubali. Uma sebe celebrate abakubali. Uma sebejabula abakubali. Abanye abantu, they don't take kindly to that. Ukuthi bafowethu senginizamele konke, sengihluleka nje ukungishiyela nami into engizoyidla. Sengisebenze kangaka, sewuhluleka nje nami ukungizamela into engizoyidinga. And that speaks to me to the word of appreciation. There are many people in families, in relationships, who are hurt because they feel they are not being appreciated. And probably they've given their best. They've done everything, not because they want or are looking for appreciation. Because it is a human thing to be acknowledged, to be valued, and to be appreciated. It seems to be a human thing to be acknowledged, to be valued, and to be appreciated. It says, I see you, I value you, I appreciate what you are doing and what you have been doing. Kumina lento ifana negama elilula, elinamandla, elithi ngiyabonga. Ngiyabonga ngomusa, ngothando, nesineke. Ngiyabonga ongenzele kona. Now, dear friends, I want us to look at this beautiful thing. You're seeing an older son coming back home. And ziningi izinto aseyibona abangayiboni. La ekhaya baya celebrate. La ekhaya bayajabula. Kodwa ngikho. Ngicela underline leli gama, ziningi izinto aseyibona abengayiboni. Lijulile lelo gama. Ziningi izinto asezibona abekade engaziboni. Lento ifana nabantu abashadile kodwa bathe mabeshada basheshe bahlukana ngokuhlala ngenxa yemsebenzi. And so you realize ukuthi isikhathi eside bebetravela, isikhathi eside bebehlala ngokuhlukana, isikhathi eside loyano bekhula yedwa nalo akhule yedwa. And sometimes mase bebuya bezohlala ndawonye kuzoba khona itension ngoba ziningi izinto ebengingayiboni, ziningi izinto ebengingayinakile, ziningi izinto ebengingazazi kodwa manje sengiyayibona. Lento boyibona, uyakhumbula sine COVID kwi lockdown where people were forced to sit and to stay and face each other. And you soon realize that they had grown apart. Maybe they had not outgrown each other, but they had grown apart without even them acknowledging and realizing. Without even them realizing that we are no longer in sync. And that's a beautiful, sad word. We are no longer in sync. We thought everything was okay. Lento ithandwa zami iyenzeka even nakuthina nabantwana bethu. Uthola ukuthi I've been so busy with work. I've been so busy with studies. I've been so busy with other things. And you soon realize ukuthi abantwana bami are left behind. And you realize ukuthi ayibo ziningi izinto ezenzakalayo empilweni zabantwana bami mina engingazazi. Ziningi izinto ezenzakalayo kuleli khaya lami mina engingazazi. Ziningi izinto ezenzakalayo emsebenzini mina ngingazazi. We are no longer in sync. Kunezinto ezenzakalayo engingaziboni zenzeka kanjani. Kunezinto ezenzakalayo ezingasangijabulisi. Ingakho ithandwa zami, there is always wisdom ukuthi umuntu akahlala hlale ayiklinele umuzi wakhe. Umuntu akahlala hlale ayibhekele izinto emzini wakhe. Uyoyitshela ukuthi yonke into isakhona kanti ayisekho. When uyobuka le phezulu uyitshela ukuthi hayi basakhona izitsha zami kulawa mabhokisi, hayi isakhona ingubo zami kulawa mabhokisi, hayi uyothi ufika ngelinye ilanga uyofika sekwasala amabhokisi wodwa. Amabhokisi ayobe khona kodwa phakathi akusekho. Why? Because kade wagcina ukuzibhekela izinto zakho. And now this man comes home in verse 25. And along the way, as he approaches home, he realizes that there is music and dancing. Then in verse 26, he calls one of the servants and he asks him, what is going on? He's lost. Akazi kwenzakalani. Thandwa zami, wake wa lost emshadweni wakho. Wake wa lost emzini wakho. Wake wahlala nabantu wangazi ukuthi ngahlehle sekwenzakalani. I think one of the saddest realities empilweni ungazazi ukuthi ubani empilweni yomunye umuntu. Ungazazi ukuthi ubani empilweni yomunye umuntu. Whether it is family, marriage, work, friends, or whoever. Kubhlungu, I think kunzima to come to that realization yokuthi I no longer know who I am in your life. I no longer know who I am in this equation. I no longer know who I am in this family. I no longer know who I am here at work. Angisazi. And the older son left home. I don't know when. Could have been in the morning. Could have been a couple of days ago. I don't know. And when he comes back home, akazi. Now, what interests me, akalindi azangene. What interests me, akayi straight kubaba wakhe. What interests me, ubuza a servant. Thandwa zami, there will always be people who are willing to tell you stories. There will always be people who have opinions. There will always be people who are willing to tell you whatever. Kohlezi kunabantu nabafuna ukulimaza into enhle oyenzayo. Kohlezi kunabantu abafuna ukuxoxela izindaba. Kohlezi kunabantu abafuna kwenzeke ngentando yabo. Akufunakali sikhohlise sitshela ukuthi everyone wants the best for you. Akufunakali koso sikhohlise ukuthi wonke umuntu uyisitha sakho. No. But empilweni uyobabona bekhona bobabili labo bantu. Abafuna ukukusupporta nabafuna ukukulimaza. Nabanye futhi abanganendaba, whether ukhona noma ubukho, whether uyalimala noma ulimali, whether successful noma abanendaba, ubukhona bakho abenzi lutho kuwena. Kodwa what fascinates me ukuthi lo baba, lo mfana, le ndodana decides ukubiza one of the servants. And he asks him, so he calls one of the servants and he asks him, what's going on? Now, umbuzo wami uthi, ngibuza bani ngezinto ezibalekile? Ubuza bani ngezinto ezibalekile? Ubuza bani ngomshado wakho? Ubuza bani ngempilo yakho? Ubuza bani ngabantwana bakho? Kubalekile abantu engibabuzayo. Khona lento ethi, show me your friends, I will tell you your future. Kubalekile abantu engikwazi ukuhlala nabo. Especially in moments of confusion, especially in moments of hardships, especially when you do not know what else to do. Yabona ithandwa zami, sisakhula khona lento esayifundiswa ngabazali. Ngcono into uyifundiswe yithina kunokuba uyohlala emgaqweni ufundiswe yinoma ubani. Akusiye wonke umuntu ofuna ukukufundisa into ofuna uphile ngayo noma ofuna ukuba impilo yakho ibe ngcono. Kunezinto umuzi nomuzi, amakhaya namakhaya abathatha isinqumo sokuthi yithina esizokufundisa mntanami ukuthi lokhu kwenziwa kanje, lokhu kwenzeka kanje. Ngoba ezinye izinto ozoyifunda ngaphandle hleze zikulimaze. Ezinye izinto ozoyifunda ngaphandle azikho good for your life. And so kubalulekile kumina ukuthi in times of confusion, in times of doubt, in times of clarity, where do you go? Who influences your thinking? Whom do you consult? Obani abantu obaconsultayo? Who are your consultants? Who influence your thinking? Thandwa zami, kwesinye isikhathi kwingozi ukuba ngithathe inqumo ngingedwa. Kwesinye isikhathi kwingozi ukuba ngithathe ama-decisions ngingedwa. Sometimes you need to consult. Sometimes you need to ask. Sometimes you need another person's opinion, their view in the matter, their take in the matter. Does not necessarily mean you will be in sync, but at least I think I need to know. And ngihlezi ngithi mina, surround yourself with powerful people. Surround yourself with abantu whose words you value. Surround yourself with abantu i-opinion yabo matters to you. Yabona, if sikwazi ukwenza njalo, I feel empilweni we will live successful and productive lives. Ngihlezi ngithi mina, mhlambe ngiyabona mangenza ama leadership trainings, ngihlezi ngithi mina, it doesn't matter how weak you are as a leader, your strength lies in the people that surround you. Yabona, if you are a leader, ngeke wazi yonke into. If you are a leader, ngeke ube good kuyo yonke into. Kodwa if you surround yourself with abantu abazi, bese uyazihlupha nawe ukwazi, you will be successful. You know, I've met great leaders who will sit with consultants, who will sit with a board, who will sit with advisors, and they will sit and they will talk and they will engage. And obviously a leader will have read something, a leader will have investigated something, and he sits with them and he says, influence my thinking. And he will sit with them and say, okay, unpack this for me. What does this mean? How does this look like? And tell me what are the pros and cons. As he engages nalabantu, naye is reading and has read on the topic and engages in it. And bavumelane babe nama robustic arguments and conversations, and they see things from different sides. That's how you grow as a leader. That's how you grow as a leader. By the people you surround yourself with. Okay, ngenza umdlalo nje. Siphuma ku weekend ende, a long weekend. I mean, there was a holiday on Monday. We're going to another holiday on Friday. We're going to have 2 double long weekends. What did I do that was productive? Okay, if you wanted to rest, okay, that's fine. I'm okay. You work hard, you needed to rest, that's okay. But you've got to surround yourself with powerful people. With people that influence your thinking. You've got to surround yourself with people who've achieved. I've always said, and I've always believed, you must be in a room with people who've gone before you, who've achieved far more greater than you. And I've always said, if you are in the room and you are the smartest in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you are in the room and you are the top dog in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you are in the room and you are a groot man in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you are in a room and you are the richest aunt in the room, you are in the wrong room. Why? You are no longer growing. You are no longer growing. You must surround yourself with people or whose presence challenges you, whose views challenges you, whose thoughts excites you. You must be in the room when and somebody opens their mouth. It's not what you admire them, but you admire the wisdom they bring to the table. You admire the courage they bring into the room. You admire the leadership they have in your space. There you are in a good room. There you are in a room that you can own and make it yours. It's crucially important. Hey, there's something that I'm reading on the side, and I'm trying to get into this, and people that I'm reading and studying have one thing in common. Surround yourself with people who matter, whose lives matter. And there was this brilliant advice that one guy was giving. And they asked him, how did you make it in life? And he says, I made it in life because I surrounded myself with people who are already in the space I want to be in. And so if I want to be a millionaire, surround yourself with wealthy people, because their advice, their thought, their thinking is leading you there. That's what we do esontweni, emaromeni. If a young man wants to become a priest, he comes and we group them together from time to time in a year. We make sure they come together and we influence their thinking and we expose them to the beauty, to the greatness of the priesthood. And they see this and then they're like, this is what I want to become like. This is what I want to do. And as they continue to train, at least every year they come and stay with us in the parish and they see, and we call that pastoral work. But it's not just pastoral work. It is us exposing them into the priesthood. It is us exposing them into this beautiful, wonderful life. Then they make decisions. It's important. Dear friends, there's something that people do and that's so powerful. Why do some people or some parents send their kids to expensive schools? Why do some parents send their kids to expensive schools? The answer is simple. It's not education. It's networking. It's not education. It's networking. They're not going to learn anything extraordinary. 1 + 1 is 2. Whether poor school or rich school. 1 × 1 is 1. 1 + 1 is 2. That's simple, pure, basic maths. So it's not education. It's not education. It is networking. They send them to that school so that they can network. They send them to that school so that they can change their thinking. They send them to that school so that they develop from a different cloth. They grow from a different cloth. That is the argument, and that makes the difference. Ingakho wawuzwa sakhula ayeyeye ningayi kodlala lapha naleza ingane zingcolile leza ingane ziyangcola leza ingane ningayi kodlala leza ingane ithunga inhlamba ningayi kodlala leza ingane. That's the thing. But now, instead of saying ningayi kodlala naleza ingane, then influence us to do something else. Surround yourself with people. Yabona ingozi lento. Kumnandi ukuba i-host, kumnandi ukuhost abantu, and I always believe in that. You must host people. It's always good. But it's always dangerous if I'm always hosting abantu who depend on me. Because it means I'm not growing. I'm not growing. I'm the only one who's always, but I'm not growing. When I le urge, le yokuba i-groot man, le urge, le yokuba rich aunt. It's good, but it's not so good. Because you're gonna hit the ceiling. And kunabantu abane ceiling syndrome. You're gonna hit the ceiling and that's it. And you need to break through the ceiling and go beyond it. And so this comes from the simple thing. He asked a servant. He's asking a servant, what's going on? Now there's a lot that one can say about this. He's asking a servant. He's not asking his father. He's asking a wrong person. He's not asking the right person. He's asking wrong questions. He's not asking right questions. Well, one of the greatest things that I was taught was that use every minute, every moment, every space wisely, because you can lose it. And I always say this to the young men that come to me for training, who want to become priest. And I say to them, in preparing your homily, if you cannot capture my thinking, our attention in less than 2 minutes, you have lost me. In your first 2-3 minutes, I must understand what you want to say. And you must capture my attention. And almost all great leaders, great speakers, you get them in their first minutes. Then you're like, wow, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna sit. There's something of greatness in here. There's something of great value in here. There's something I want to learn. Capture my attention just like that. Because if you lose me there, you're not gonna get me. And so sometimes abanye bethu we live believing there's still time. We live believing there's another chance. My dear brothers and sisters, what if there is no other chance? What if this is the only chance you have? What if this is the only shot you have? There's nothing else. There is nothing else. What if this is the only one available? And so it goes back to me, and it becomes something so powerful. Make the best of what you have. And sometimes we only live once, and once is enough. Sometimes we only live once, and once is enough. Now, what frustrates me, he goes to the servant and he asks him what's going on. And the servant, your brother has come back home. The servant answered, and your father has killed the prized fattened calf because he got him back safe and sound. He told him the truth, raw as it was. How did he take it? Your brother has come back. Your father has killed the fattened calf because he got him back safe and sound. The elder brother was so angry that he will not go into the house. He was so angry. There's something in there. They just told him the story. They just broke the news. They didn't prepare him. Sometimes the delivery is important. How you deliver, how you tell the story is crucial. Kwesinye isikhathi indlela oyibeke ngayo inkulumo is important. And that's something of great value. And he didn't take it kindly. He was so angry. He was so sad. He was hurting. Khona omunye umuntu othi wengizoyikhulumela nje mina nginendaba. Khona omunye umuntu ngizomtshela mina nje nginendaba. Khona omunye umuntu uthi hayi ngizohliphisa nje bese ngibuya ngixoxela abangani bami bese siyahleka. The delivery is crucial. It's called about being tactful. And if I can't be tactful, if I can't be artistic, then you've lost it. Sometimes, no matter how nice, how delicious your food is, but a presentation is everything. One of the most beautiful things when it comes to food, ukudla siqala ukudla ngamehlo nange-smell before sikutaste ngomlomo wethu. Ukudla siqala ukudla ngamehlo nange-smell. You know, I went to there was an event I had gone to the other day. I won't mention the event. We had gone for, it was lunchtime. Mangifika ku lunch sengiyodisha, I just couldn't. Mangithi ngiyadlula kulo curry, the first thing that put me off was a smell. There was an offish smell about it. And I'm like, okay, ngeke ngiphakeke la. Okay, there's something wrong with this smell. Mangidlula ngiphaka lokho kunye. Yo. It looked okay, I can try this. Realize ukuthi wayimosha igrosa lomuntu. But that's not the point. The point engifuna ukuya kuyona ukuthi presentation is everything. Manner of approach is everything. Delivery is everything. Indlela okhuluma ngayo. Indlela engibeka ngayo. Indlela engilungisa ngayo ibalulekile. And sadly enough, he was angry. He was angry. Bese ngiyibuza mina ukuthi, what did you expect? Usucasukile. Ubungangeni ngani ukhulume nobaba? Ubungangeni ngani ukhulume nomnikazi wendaba? Yazi khona abantu abangena endlini sebesidinelwe ngezinto abazizwe emgaqweni. Khona abanye abantu abafika emsebenzini sebene agenda, sebene attitude, ngoba batsheliwe ngathi izinto thina esingakabatsheli zona. Did you hear what I just said? Khona abantu abafika whether emsebenzini or emakhaya or kuma relationships sebene attitude ngathi ngoba kunezinto abatshelwe zona ngathi thina esingakabatsheli ngazo. Yabona khona abantu mabefika bafika sebephethe umphako. Kunezinto asebezazi ngawe wena uzazi, wena ukakabatsheli. And so i-attitude yabo, indlela ababehavior ngayo, izinto abazenzayo kuwena tells you ukuthi vele usibanibani kade bam-influencer. Lokunezinto aseyikhuluma kunendlela asenza ngayo, and you soon realize ukuthi wena nginento yaziyo ngami mina engayazi, wena nginento otsheliwe ngami mina engayazi, wena kune-agenda onayo mina engayazi, kunezinto wena kune-mandate engayazi kodwa wena unayo inikiwe ngami. And so lo mfana is already angry ngoba uhlangane nesisebenzi bakhuluma izinto zegceke nomuntu ongesiyo wegceke. Underline that for me. Ukhuluma izinto zegceke nomuntu ongesiyo wegceke. You must be careful ukuthi ukhuluma nobani ini kephi. Thandwa zami, khona abantu la eminyango who are vultures. Khona abantu la eminyango banale le syndrome yokuba I was the first one to know. Ubobona makushoniwe, especially makushone abapriest, kosipha ufata usipho uphumulela wafuthi. Uyazi lezo indaba sizibona kuma socials before we even get an official circulating letter. Kwesinye isikhathi kunezinto kunabantu they leak things before umnikazi wendaba azayazi. Kunabantu abathi bekufonela bekhuluma nawe ngale kwi-background bakufaka espeakeni because kunabantu abafuna ukuthi bazi something wena ongakaze ufune bayazi. Thandwa zami, you must always be careful. Obani okhuluma nabo, yini oyikhuluma nabo. There's something I've learned from amakhehla amadala. When you are angry, watch your mouth. Watch what you say. When you are overly excited, be careful of the decisions you make. When you are angry, watch your mouth. Be careful of what you say. When you are overly excited, be careful of the decisions you are about to make. Try and always be sober. Try and always be sober. Because kohlezi kunalabantu ongaziqala. Kwavela ngami, kwakhishwa yimina, kwatshelwa mina qala, kwazi mina qala. Lensizwa is angry. Why? Because ubaba has killed a fattened calf. Because ubaba has welcomed my brother home. Because his sebenzi has told me everything. Ungayikhuluma izinto zegceke nomuntu ongesiyo wegceke. Ungayikhuluma izinto zasekhaya nomuntu ongesiyo wasekhaya. Ungayikhuluma izinto ezibalekile kuwena nomuntu ongenandaba nawe. Write that down for me. Ungasikhuluma izinto ezibalekile kuwena nomuntu ongenandaba. Ungasikhulumi izinto ezibalekile kuwena nomuntu ongenandaba nawe. There's a principle I learned. Never take an advice from someone you will never ask for help when you are in a crisis. Never take an advice from someone you will never ask for help when you're in a crisis. Because if you're in a crisis, you are most likely to ask anything and anyone. Kodwa when you realize ukuthi no, ngizolimala la, then why do you want to take an advice? Ungayikhuluma izinto zekhaya nomuntu ongesiye owasekhaya. Ungayikhuluma into ezibalekile nomuntu ongenandaba nawe. And you sit now and you realize ukuthi the elder son in verse 28 is so angry and he will not go into the house. He refuses to go into the house. So the father came out and he begged him to come inside. This is absolutely amazing. The second time the father goes out. The first time the younger son wanted to come home. The second time the older son did not want to come home. Ekubuhlungu bomzali. Kunzima kuba umzali. The first time the younger son wanted to come home. The second time the older son doesn't want to come home. Kodwa ubaba usaphuma. Uyakuyena. Umncenga. The first time ubaba beyokwamukela ezokwamukela uxolo. The second time uyocela uxolo uyoncenga umntanakhe. This is deep. Uyocela uxolo. Ngiyaxolisa mntanami ukuthi ngamkela umfowenu after sesigile kangaka. Ngiyaxolisa mntanami ukuthi angimlindisanga ngaphandle ngathi angikhulume nawe kuqala kodwa uthando lwami lwenu ludala ukuthi nginenzele lokhu. Ngiyaxolisa. Yabona sometimes as umzali you compromise yourself because you love them. Ngelinye ilanga abafethu ngiyanicela ithandwa zezulu ndaba abasana abazali. Anike nenze inkonzo zokubonga nibonga abazali. Whether nje it's a birthday or something uthi ngiyakubonga for all the sacrifices you made. For all the decisions you took. For choosing me over my stupidity. For choosing me over my sinfulness. For choosing me over my blunders engawenza. For choosing me even though ngacompromise. Yabona khona abanye bethu ngenxa yokuzaleka bekwethu. Abazali bethu abanye ababuyelanga ezikoleni abasiqedanga isikole, abanye kwafanele bayosebenza, abanye baxoshwa, abanye they made ama decisions ahlukile because they chose us. Yazi iyangithinta lento yalo baba. The first time he goes ukuyokwamukela uxolo lwengane yakhe. The second time he goes eyoxolisa enganeni yakhe. Ngiyaxolisa mntanami ukuthi umfowenu ngimngenisile ungekho. Ngiyaxolisa mntanami ukuthi umfowenu angimlindisanga eminyango because wena ubungekho njengenkosana yami. Ngiyaxolisa mntanami kodwa there was nothing else I could do. Naye ngiyamthanda. It's one of the saddest realities. It's one of the saddest realities. But as umzali, sometimes you do. You know, it's not many people know this, especially when you are young, the sacrifices you make as a parent. The things that you do, izinto ongasazenzi that you would have wanted to do. Izinto ongasakwazi ukuzenza, i-lifestyle ongabe uyayiphila awukwazi ukuyiphila because of iy'ngane zakho. And I'm seeing this older man, he goes out. For one reason, he begs his younger son to come back into the house. But he answered in verse 29, "Look, all these years I've worked for you like a slave, and I've never disobeyed your orders. what have you given me? Not even a goat for me to have a feast with my friends. Verse 29 is so painful because for the first time, the older son tells us how he's been feeling in the house. For the first time, he says, all these years I've worked as a slave. All these years I've worked hard for you. And not even once have you given me a goat. Kubuhlungu ukuba sekhaya and not be happy. Kubuhlungu ukuba ku-relationship and not be happy. Wethandwa zami, kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are angry. Kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are frustrated. Kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are hurting. So when they come back later on and say they are sorry, you must not make a mistake. They are not sorry about what they said. They are sorry ukuthi you now know what they said. Let me say that again. Kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are angry. Kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are frustrated. Kuningi abantu abakushoyo when they are hurting. Equally when bephuzile. Kuningi abakushoyo. So when they are sober and back in their senses, and they share with you, and they say they are sorry, you must not make a mistake and think them saying they are sorry means they are sorry about let I show you. No, they meant what they said. They are sorry ukuthi usuyazi. They meant what they said. Ayikho into ebalulekile then ukulalela umuntu okhuluma nawe ediniwe, frustrated, ecasukile, elimele, ephuzile. Because yonke into abayishoyo 99.9% iyiqiniso. That's how they feel. And this is how this man feels. He says, all these years I've worked hard. I've slaved for you. And not even once have you given me a goat to eat with my friends. There are two things here. The first one, all these years I've slaved for you. He has never seen himself as a son, but as a slave. Listen to this. He has never seen himself as a son, but as a slave. Now, underline, maybe that is why you spoke to another slave. Maybe that's why it was easier for him to speak to a slave. Kodwa konke ngifuna ukuyibuza ukuthi what else? Yini enye ebebeyikhuluma nalo? Why was it easy for him to speak nalo? Kungani kulula ukuthi ungihlebe noSibanibani? Kungani kulula ukuthi uscreen grab something, screenshot something, uyithumele kuSibanibani? Kungani ungirekhode ungise kuSibanibani? Kungani kulula for you ukuhleba ngami kuSibanibani? Sometimes you mustn't worry about what they said, but you must always question, why was it easy? Yabona umuntu ofika kumina ethi uSibanibani akakufuni mfethu, uSibanibani obethu bethi, the first question engiyibuza yona ukuthi, why is it easy for them to come to you and tell you this about me? Why is it easy? Why is it easy for them ukuthi bakubone kulula ukuthi bangangihleba kuwena? And so I'm going back to this elder son. Why was it easier for him to speak to a servant? In verse 29, he tells me, because he has seen himself all these years as a slave. And ibuhlungu leyo nto. All these years, mina I think ngihleli nengane yami. I thought ngihleli nomyeni wami. I thought ngihleli noma wey'ngane zami. Kanti wena you seeing yourself as a servant. You seeing yourself as a slave. You seeing yourself as something else. That's the first thing. The second sad thing, not once have you given me a goat. Khona leli gama engilisabayo, resentment. This man is full of resentment. He's so resentful that he tells his father to his face, not even once have you given me a goat. And Ubaba could say, mtanam, all these years, all that I've had was yours. All these years. Thandazam, I don't know how to say this, but ubokuhlale phansi nibe ne family meeting ney'ngane zakho nomndeni wakho. And hopefully you're not going to come to a realization ukuthi they've been so unhappy all these years. Because you will have thought in your mind, but I thought I gave you the best. I thought I prepared the best. I've always wanted the best for you. And I'm looking at Ubaba and I'm like, how was he feeling? How did he feel when your son said this? How would you feel when the person you love says this? In essence, uthi lo muntu awukaze ungibonge. In essence, uthi lo muntu, in all these years, ayikho into owake wangenzela yona mina ekhombisa ukuthi uyangithanda. Uthi lo mfana, not even once have I ever disobeyed your orders. What have you given me? Underline that word. What have you given me? Ndanami, I gave you my life. What have you given me? But akaqedi lapho uthi, but this son of yours, he doesn't say our brother. He says, but this son of yours, this son of yours. It's so interesting. He distances himself. He's supposed to be in the house. Uyaphuma endlini. Kodwa kwesinye isikhathi ama-firstborn ayahlupha. Kwesinye isikhathi amakhosana ayahlupha. Kwesinye isikhathi amakhosazana ayahlupha. Kwesinye isikhathi labantu efanele ngabe ibona abasizayo, ibona abasinika i-direction, ibona abakhoze chaos ekhaya. Abantu engabe ibona abasinika i-direction, uma engasekho, ubaba akasekho, bona bakhoza i-confusion ekhaya. When did it change from my brother to this son of yours? But this son of yours wasted your property with prostitutes. My God. Anger and resentment can change a person. Can it, or does it reveal a person? Can reveal izinto ebesingazazi ebesingayiboni. He wasted everything on prostitutes, and when he comes back, you kill the fattened calf for him. What have you given me? Listen to verse 31. My son, the father answered, you are always here with me. Everything I have is yours. What have you given me? And he looks at him, and I can imagine ikhehle elidala liyaqhaqhazela, liyakhala, liyasaba, lithi, but my son, you've always been with me. And I can imagine him embambe ngesandla ethi, mntanami, all that I have is yours. I can imagine ubaba esefuna ukukhumula nengubo, thatha nalokhu. Yini uyifuna? Eyi madoda, kubuhlungu ukuba umzali of ungrateful children. Write that down for me. Kubuhlungu ukuba umzali of ungrateful children. Yini engiyifunayo? Verse 31 is powerful. He says, my son, you are always here with me. Everything I have is yours. Everything I've ever owned is yours. Everything. Ncamela ungabi nalutho. Everything is yours. Kunzima ukusuthisa umlomo ongagcwali. Write that down for me, please. Kunzima ukusuthisa umlomo ongagcwali. Kunzima. Or bottomless. Khona abanye abantu abawo bottomless. Kunzima ukusuthisa umlomo ongagcwali. Ngoba no matter what you do, no matter how much you try, they will always resent you. They will always hate you. They will always compare you. They will always kunzima ukusuthisa umlomo ongagcwali. Uthi, all that I have is yours. All that I've always had has always been yours. Kunzima ukusuthisa umlomo ongagcwali. Verse 32. But we had to celebrate and be happy because your brother was dead, but now he's alive. He was lost, but now he has been found. Ozwalimele iqiniso baba. Wathi mntanami, noma ungangizonda, kodwa lokho engikwenzile ngiyafuna ukwenza kubantu abakho nawe. We had to celebrate. I like that word. We had to celebrate. Bekumele sijabule. We had to celebrate. Bekumele sijabule. We had to celebrate. Your brother was lost. Now he's found. He was dead. Now he's alive. Ozwalimele iqiniso baba. Ozokumele ukuba umzali baba. What I like akathumanga isebenzi abanombiza lona imtshela ukuthi angabhedi. No, wayiphumela yena. But let me set the record straight. I've never stopped loving you. It's like he says it to both of them. I've never stopped loving you. Even though you felt like you were a slave, I've never meant for you to feel like that. Even though you felt I've never given you everything, I've never intended that. Everything that I have is yours. You should have just asked. Kubuhlungu sometimes ukuba umzali. Kubuhlungu ukuba umzali. Athi kodwa we had to celebrate. Bekumele sijabule. ngibele sibonge. Asikwazi ukumdedela angene nje. Ngiyaxolisa uma ukuthi khona la ngikone khona, kodwa come inside. Let us celebrate. Ngegama likaYise benendodana nomoya ocwebileyo. Amen.